Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer. We have offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. The waiting room is already full. Holy cow. We're going to get right to it. And Batter said that it's okay for us to start the show because Batter is now here, so that's good. This is episode number 376 of the Immigration Answers Show. 374. Sorry, I need to learn how to count. So that means tomorrow will be 375, halfway to 750. Holy cow, that's amazing. All right, I'm going to be here for the next hour answering as many immigration law related questions as I can. I'm going to go as fast as I can, so please be tight with your question. Try to keep it sort of general so other people can learn. Obviously, sometimes you got to tell a little bit of your story, and that's just fine. But try not to hog up all the time because we're only here for 1 hour. Let's start off by talking to Tiana. Hi, Tiana.
Hi, Jim. Thanks so much for taking my question today.
Sure.
My question is about an I-485 denial. So my spouse and I are both foreigners, and I was approved for an EB-2 national interest waiver, so went ahead and filed an I-485 jointly together. Mine was approved in March. Within 3 months, hers was, she got 2 RFEs, and she was then denied. And her denial letter blatantly ignored the fact that she was on a TD visa prior to. So they're giving her a little bit of a hard time. So we are filing a motion to reconsider. I was wondering if this is a good idea or should we be doing something more aggressive at this point?
So they were saying she wasn't in valid status to adjust. Was she still in status at the time they denied it?
Yes, she was. She had been on a TD status for years, no issues, and she had not left the US as well. So it was kind of definitely a USCIS error. So we're trying to figure out what the best call of action here is.
So I don't often advise suing USCIS when they make a mistake, but they are fun cases to work on and they've worked very well. So on something clean like that, I mean, the problem is a motion to reopen or reconsider, that can take a year. And what I would say is if you want to send me the decision, I will look it over. And if we think that it's a clear error, then we'll probably recommend going ahead and suing them for that. It's different than a mandamus. And I certainly can't guarantee it, but you get a different set of eyes. And in my opinion, you get a faster set of eyes and you get a smarter set of eyes. So I think that for all those reasons, I mean, I probably do, we do like, I don't know, we do like 60 or 50 or 60 lawsuits a month, but only probably 4 where we're actually challenging a wrongful denial. Because usually I'm just going to tell you to refile. But it sounds like you've got something locked down that you need to fix, and the lawsuit might be the fastest and easiest way to do it.
Yeah, and we can't exactly, so this denial has now put her out of status because I've gotten my green card and she's lost the TD status because I'm not a TN holder anymore. So it gets a little bit complicated like that. But I did reach out to your office the other day, so hoping to hear back.
Under Tiana?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you read? So when you called the office, you told them your name's Tiana, so Huli can find it?
I did. I think one of your intake people called me and we had a little chat. So
okay, cool. She's got it. She's giving me the thumbs up. So we'll follow up after the show.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a good night. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
All right. She seemed very nice, didn't she? All right, let's say hi to Henry. Hello, Henry. You're on mute.
You can hear me now?
I can.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you so much for all the things you do. I think this is my second time joining your show. The first time I joined your show, I made an inquiry, and then I got into contract with your firm. And my question now is about the I-360, and I'm curious if the USCIS will be able to take the previous date that was on the I-130.
As far as what? The priority date?
Correct, yes.
In other words, is your place in line back when you filed the I-130 or is it when you filed the I-360?
So the I-130 the I-130 has June 6, 2021 as the uh, um priority date on it,
Mhm.
and my spouse is a citizen of the US. And
Uh-huh.
then I filed the I-360 this year, and I'm curious to know if they are going to retain that that date on the I-130.
I've never seen any indication that they use the earlier date. I believe they just use the date of the 360.
Okay, 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 all right. And another question that I have is for the EAD card. Do you know, like, for example, how long it could take to get it renewed?
Well, when did you file for renewal?
I haven't, and the one I have right now is gonna have about 8 months down the lane
I
more.
mean, they've they now have the automatic extension, so it should be okay. But we've seen EAD renewals take a month, and we've seen EAD renewals take 7 months. So there's just no way to predict.
Okay, okay, all
But
right,
you have the auto extension, so I think you're good. Thank you, Henry.
all right. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Bye, buddy. Joe's up next. Hello, Joe.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I think we talked before, so we're talking again now. So I did some research, and I was just trying to ask you several questions. So you said anything discretionary, we can't file a lawsuit, and I think I asked you about a B1, B2. Asylum green card based applications are discretionary too, based on the USCIS website, and we're still able to file a lawsuit on those. So my
Well,
question.
hold on. I did not say that you can't file lawsuits on things that are discretionary. I say I don't choose to file law. You can file a lawsuit on anything. Anybody with a filing fee can sue for anything. I don't file lawsuits on visitor visas because the courts don't find them compelling and because there's no fundamental right to come visit the United States.
Oh, okay. So even though the administrative processing part, it's not like the decision is that administrative processing taking too long, and isn't there a right to be that for that to be concluded?
There's no right for a non-U.S. citizen has no right to come to the United States.
I understand. Okay. Well, that's fine. But have you heard of any cases that have worked at all,
What for visit visas?
being delayed on administrative processing? Because I've heard of some cases being adjudicated, some approvals, some denials, like final approvals, final denials.
I have not.
Okay. So that's done. One thing I was going to ask. So I'm deciding on where to move. USCIS has put a new timetable. So there's the Dallas, Nebraska, and now all other field offices for the asylum-based green cards. And you probably know most states that I'm willing to go or thinking to go is like 46 months. And you have another one like Chicago or Phoenix. They're saying it's about 26, 29 months. Now, I think there's a big difference between these two. My main question, I'm willing to file a lawsuit, no question asked. But do you think I should move to Chicago for faster processing or even better chances of a lawsuit rather than moving for a 46-month region? If you know what I mean?
Do you have a green card case pending already?
No, I haven't decided to file because I don't want to file in Dallas and then I move to Chicago and then that whole transfer process could delay it in 6 months.
I believe that no one should plan their life around stated processing times by service centers. I think every case is different. I've seen cases with a stated 46-month processing time get decided in 9 months. I've seen cases with a 12-month processing time get processed in 40 months. So and every case is different. Every officer is different. Every file is different. Every service center is different. Every field office is different. So I think you could drive yourself crazy trying to live your life based on what's going to happen with your case. I think your case is your case. People file it in one place and it gets transferred by USCIS all on their own for no reason. So I think I would spend zero amount of time thinking about this.
So you're saying that I can go whatever I want, and then after 18 months, we have a good chance of if we were to file a lawsuit on that.
Yep.
And the main reasoning, the only thing I hear is what is the reason behind the lawsuit? Okay, because at the court they could see the side of the government saying, well, it's 46 months on the website. He knew about that. Is there anything from our side that we can tell the court that, and I know you did this before, so you probably know that better.
So let me see how I want to put this. I do get cases. I mean, when we file a lawsuit, it sounds like a big trial. Like you and I are walking into court and we're going to make that judge do what we want them to do, or we're going to get that judge to make USCIS do what we want them to do. That's not really what happens. What really happens is we file the lawsuit on them. They don't want a judge to order them to decide the case. So in 95% of the cases, they just get moving on the case. In 5% of the cases, they file a motion to dismiss. I can never predict when they file a motion to dismiss. I never know. Now, most of our motions to dismiss come on overseas visa cases filed by U.S. citizens for their spouses. We don't see too often motions to dismiss on green card cases based on asylum. So I don't necessarily think you need to worry about that, but really it's just a way to get them to pay attention to you when your case is up on the shelf and no one is looking at it.
I see. So basically, I'm gonna file it, and in 18 months, I think that is a good timeline. Correct.
Yeah. Now that all being said, my favorite two places to file lawsuits, like my three favorite places, are Baltimore, Chicago, and Dallas. So if any of those, I mean, I meant what I said about not trying to be too cute about it. I would just plan and live your life on where you want to live. But that being said, those are my favorite places.
Oh, so Dallas, the field office in Dallas is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it will be in Dallas. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So you're good.
And a few others. So I know that parole and the refugee travel document, if we applied concurrently with the application, is it all going to be decided at once? So once we get approval on the green card, then they're going to approve the other, or we might get the travel document.
Wait. No, you don't. Okay, so there's two different things that you're talking about. So there's the refugee travel document, which if you have asylum, you can file for right now. You don't have to wait for the green card.
But if we pay for the green card, it's a fee waiver.
Incorrect, because the thing that comes with these are two different things. There's advanced parole, and there's the refugee travel document. Refugee travel document is a separate thing that's not covered by the filing fee of the 45. It has nothing to do with a 45. The 45 is advanced parole. That means you're getting permission to leave the United States while your green card case is pending, and for them not to deem your green card case as abandoned. The refugee travel document is in lieu of a passport from your old country, and that's what you need to re-enter the United States as someone who's been granted asylum.
Oh, okay. On the USCIS calculator, it tells me, have you put a pending I-485? And if yes, pay 0. But I understand.
But the I-131, it's the same form. It's the same form, but it's you check a different box, and it's a totally different thing. They both use I-131, so that calculator doesn't even take into account the refugee travel document because that's not included in there.
No, they're actually travel. They changed it. There's an advanced parole one, and there's a travel refugee document based on asylee status. And both of them, as long as you have I-45s that you have paid for and pending, they both said 0 at the end.
I believe that's incorrect.
I see. Okay, that's fine. And but do they get adjudicated before the green card, or do you usually get adjudicated right on the same time?
The refugee travel document has nothing to do with it, so it's on its own timetable. The advanced parole is usually either approved before the green card or not at all, because if the green card is approved, there's no reason to have advanced parole.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then give me 1 second.
I got to go, Joe. Those were lots of questions. I got a lot of people waiting.
Thank you.
Bye. Nico's up next. Hello, Nico.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Hey, I have a question about my I-94. I have a little discrepancy about my I-94 and my visa. I entered the United States on a J1 visa, but the Customs and Border Patrol officer at the point of entry circled F1 on my I-94. And now, according to them, my I-94 class of admission is F1. Do you think that would be a problem when I'm applying for adjustment of status?
Well, first of all, with the J1, are you subject to Rule 212E or are you not subject to Rule 212E?
Not subject to 212E.
And tell me about the circumstances of your entry. How did that happen that they thought you were an F1 student?
It was quite some time ago. I exactly don't remember, and I didn't pay much attention to what they were circling on my I-94. And now, when I'm getting ready to file, I found and I noticed that is actually circled F1. And I actually checked with the administration, and I printed the form. And according to them, actually, my class of admission is F1
So where do you live?
in the United States, in Colorado.
So I would go to your CBP office and
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me, Jim? Hello?
Hi, Nico. Give us just 1 second and let's see if Mr. Jim Hackey can recover the sign again.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay, thank
one
you.
second. Okay, give me just 1 second. People, please, don't enter to the waiting room for just a minute to see and wait if we can get in Mr. Jim Hacking back into the waiting room.
Okay.
there you go. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
there
Thanks.
you are.
The squirrel is back.
The squirrel's back. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Uli.
Welcome.
Nico, where were we?
I was saying, I lost you when you were saying, what should I do about this discrepancy of my I-94 and my visa?
Yeah, I think you need to go to the customs office in Denver and tell them you need a corrected I-94. See if they'll do it. It's been a long time, so I don't know if they'll like it, but that's the first line of attack. I think you should try to clean it up before you file for adjustment.
Okay, okay. And if they don't want to clean it up or don't want to change it, what would you suggest I should do? Maybe file it this way and explain to the immigration officer that what happened?
Yeah, what basis of adjustment are you applying for? I don't know what's going on, Nico. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My question was what is the basis of your green card application?
I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
It should be fine even with this discrepancy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You
Yeah,
just
go
need
ahead.
you need to make sure that you explain to them that you didn't do any kind of misrepresenting. Nobody really cares if you enter on an F or a J. Just say it was their mistake.
Yeah. Okay. And I have one quick question. About working without authorization. What do you think would be a proper explanation? For working without authorization.
I've never had them ask for one.
They never ask for one. Okay.
I don't say they never do. I said I've never had them ask for one.
Okay. Understand. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jim.
Good luck, Nico. See you, buddy.
See you. Bye. Thank you.
Well, hopefully that'll be the end of our technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. Let's say hi to JB. Hello, JB.
Hi, Jim. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm in America now.
Nice. I love
Yeah,
it. Congrats.
yeah. Thank you very much.
How did it go?
Yeah, it went well. The interview, the entrance at the CPB was quite. At first, I was kind of like worried because they had to take me and my daughter to some kind of room, like a
Mhm.
different room.
Mm-hmm.
Then within 5 minutes, we got stamped, and here I am.
Great. Great. So what can I do?
So I think my wife filed for our green card the 1st of this month.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be two questions. When should I be expecting it, and how many years should I be expecting?
Well, what's the date of your marriage?
14th of February 2020.
So you'll get a 10-year green card.
Okay.
And I would check the comments. Everybody, after you pay the LSC and enter the United States, how long is it taking for you to get your green card? I'm thinking somewhere between 2 and 8 weeks.
2 and 8 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
And that will be all. Thank you very much.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
See ya. Yep.
All right.
All right, all right. Let's say hi to Rahul. Hello, Rahul. Rahul, are you with us? No, Rahul. All right. Rahul's out of here. Let's say hi to Kiara. Hi, Kiara.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, good. I'm good. Thank you so much for your show as always. I
Sure.
just have a quick question. So I basically filed for my adjustment of status green card on March 10th. And from March 10th to today, I've done my biometrics and I got a medical RFE, which I submitted to the NBC, so not a local field office. And they received it about a month and a half ago. So I just kind of wanted to know, what the next steps were. What am I supposed to expect? Just sort of waiting or
Yep, you're just chilling.
okay, so nothing more for me to do except like no calling them or bothering them or
No, your case is barely underway.
yeah, okay. And I just have a question. Does it make a difference if I submitted the medical to the NBC as compared to a field office or
Not that I know of.
okay, great. And do you think after the 60 days, which is going to be on June 6th, do you think I'll be able to submit a service request to ask, where the case is or oh, sorry, Jim. I think we lost you for a
When
few
did you file? When did you file the case
on March 10th.
of 2023?
Yes, of 2023.
Yeah, I'd say no service request until March 10th of 2024.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Just fingers crossed, I guess.
Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's head to Mo. What's up, Mo?
Hey, how are you, Jim? How are you?
I'm good.
Very good. Thank you so much for everything. I have a question. I came to the United States 2014, and in 2019 I applied for N400. And in 2020 I got an appointment for interview. I went to the interview and I passed the exam. While I'm waiting for my ceremony, I was like 2 weeks after my interview, I got DUI, and they canceled my ceremony.
Mhm.
So after my case dismissed, 2021, was COVID. While COVID, like all the courts reset. So it takes about a year and a half. So after that, my case being dismissed, and after that, I applied again for the N400, and it was August 31st, 2021. Today is going to be almost 599 days. And my question is, should I sue USCIS, or I just wait, or or is that make me wait 5 years to be in good moral to reapply? It's just DUI, no accident, no nothing, because I had a gastric sleeve surgery. So the 2 drinks make me like just the breatharized, it's high. So what do you think?
So the original N400 is still on file?
No, if I go in, the first one, if I go there, it says canceled. Oh, by the way, I called the USCIS. My attorney called the USCIS, and they told them, "Oh, we have 2 files for the gentleman, but one is already canceled, and one is already active right now. Case been reviewing for a long time." Anyway, I called the USCIS 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I speak to the higher officer, and he said, "Dude, let me look." He looked at the file. He said, it shows on my system you got your certificate. I said, "No, sir, I didn't." He said, "I will send a letter for the Houston office and they'll respond to you." 1 hour later, they respond to me. They said, "We're reviewing your case. We're just waiting for your interview, ceremony, blah, blah, blah." That's it. When I call every time, the same answer. I just need like just something.
So,
Aram, come here.
there's no
Sorry.
such thing as a canceled N400 case. They don't have the right to cancel it. There's no such thing. They can cancel your ceremony, but they can't.
They cancel my ceremony. Yes.
Okay, so here's my question. You said that the DUI case got dismissed. What does that
Yes,
mean
sir.
to you when you say it got dismissed? What does that mean? That people.
They put me on a probation 6 months, and then that's it.
So that's not dismissal. Dismissal is the case is closed with no punishment whatsoever. The dismissal means, oh, we got the wrong guy, or oh, we just decided not to do this, or the cop that arrested him had a heart attack and died. We're going to dismiss. That's dismissal. What you got was a disposition with probation. That's what you got. So you actually, so that's actually a DUI conviction for purposes of immigration. Now, the question is, can you naturalize with a DUI? I believe that you can, and I have naturalized people with a DUI and with a what I would call a simple DUI, where
it's mine as well. Mine is a simple.
Yeah. And
no accident, no nothing.
That fellow that I did it for was from Turkey. So, I would say they will probably discriminate against you because your name is Mo Ahmed, and they'll look for a way to keep you from getting your citizenship.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't get you all. My name is Mohammed.
Yeah, they're going to discriminate against you because you're from an Arab country and your name is Muhammad. I say that as a Muslim married to a woman from Egypt. So don't take offense, but they're going to. I mean, you can definitely sue them. You can sue them for both cases. They've both been going on way too long. You've got a clear 120-day rule based on the original one. I don't know what they'll just.
I spoke with, sorry for interrupting you. I spoke for another attorney. He said, "I don't recommend you to go sue them because you're going to put the fire again on you." They said, "Oh, this guy, he got DUI and he just sued us. Let's give him 5 years, good moral, and then come back and apply."
But you need that anyway. You need resolution. That might happen. That very well might. I don't think you're going to get them mad. They don't get mad when we sue them. I've sued them 1,500 times. They don't get mad about suing them, and they're not going to come looking at your case. I think they'll treat your case the way it's supposed to be treated. Whether they approve it or not, I don't know. But
so what's your advice? What's your advice?
I would say that if you can afford $5,000 to get a final decision on the first case and see where you stand on the second case, that's worth it. But if you want to wait, I understand that too. I can get you a decision. I'm confident about that. There's a rule that says if 120 days go by past your interview, they have to give you a yes or a no. I just don't know if it's going to be a yes.
So since it's been almost 2 years, it's been almost 20 months, Jim. So you think they will say, "Oh, they usually do interview," or they come back to you, they said, "You have to wait," or after the interview?
I don't think there's a usually here, because there's not a usually here. Do you know why?
Yes, sir.
Because most people don't file a second N400 when there's one already on file. That is very unusual.
So what should I need to do? I don't know.
I just sue them on the whole thing and see what happens. Which is it? Did you say Houston?
Houston, yes. I think Nebraska office, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, we would sue, and you had your interview in Houston.
Yes.
Yeah, so we would sue in Houston. I can get you a decision on the first case for sure, probably both cases pretty quickly. If you want to know if you're going to have to wait the full 5 years, then I would sue them. If you want to just wait the full 5 years, then don't sue them.
No, my question, according to your experience, sir, you think they will say, "Go wait 5 years and reapply," or they just going to accept my case according to my gastric sleeve surgery and my stomach?
I'm saying that it could go either way.
It could go either way.
I had a guy from Turkey who had a DUI. We applied a year and a half after he was done. and it got approved. That was in a different field office. I think it depends on which officer you get. I think it depends how you present. I think it depends if you have anything else, if you're a productive member of society, if you pay your taxes, all that stuff. I think
I'm paying my taxes. I have a good job, and
Yeah.
my kids and my wife, they're American
Right.
citizen. So I don't know. Nothing
mean,
wrong. No, I
I'm
have
an-
even
I'm-
no
I-
ticket.
I'm a nice guy. I'd give it to you, but I don't work
It
for
depends on the
USCIS.
officer.
Yeah.
So just wait, or I just sue them.
I can get you a decision. There's no doubt. I mean, no doubt I can get you a decision.
So if sir, last question, if I sue them, they're not gonna say, "Oh, this guy, he already had the DUI and he came to sue us, so let's get him weight."
I've never felt that actually happened. I've never felt that they treated my clients unfairly for suing them. I think half the times the person that's deciding the case, like I did an interview, guess where? The Houston field office last week.
Really?
Last Monday. It was for an Arab guy from Iraq. He had waited 3 years.
I'm from Iraq.
Yeah, he'd waited 3 years from his citizenship, and he didn't have a DUI or anything. But we filed the lawsuit, and we got a very experienced officer. And she said to me, she looked at my bar card, which says Missouri, and she said, "What are you doing here from Missouri?" She said, "Are you opening an office in Houston?" I said, "No." I said, "The reason I'm here is because I'm the one that sued USCIS." And she laughed and said, "Oh, that makes sense." She said, "Well, that's why I got it, because it's a lawsuit case." So until I told her, she didn't even know it was a lawsuit case. And when I told her, she laughed. Now that's a little bit unusual, but it was probably because I was so upfront about it. I'm like,
And
"No,
he already passed.
I'm the one that sued your ass." Yeah, he got approved.
So do you mind if I just hire you and you come yourself? I don't want you to send one of your employees or whatever. Is that possible?
If I can, I'll come. I can't guarantee it, but if I can, I'll come. I'm a busy guy.
Percentage, 70,
Yeah.
80,
Did I come?
90%. Yes.
Did I come? Oh, I'd say 75.
That's great. Okay.
If I can come, I'll come. If you want me to, I'll come if I can.
Please.
Yeah, I like Houston.
Yeah, please. Just pay us a visit.
All right. Yeah, send an email and just say, "I'm Mo. I was on the show. I'm from Iraq. I want to sue their ass," and then we'll go from there.
So your advice just to sue them. No wait.
If you want a decision, I'll get you a decision, man. I just did it. I know.
I mean, like, just put yourself in my shoes. What are you gonna do?
Well, let's see. The probation that you received, when did it end?
They just put me 6 months because there is no accident, no nothing, and the
Yep.
police operation officer was very nice to me.
Yeah.
And they just say 6 months, and then that's it. Just put the machine back to the place that you rented, and you're good to go.
So
And then
it was unsupervised probation. So when did you end probation?
I don't have the date, but
Just
it's
roughly.
only 6 months. Oh, okay. So it was like, I think I finished it in May or June, and I applied on August 31st
Of what year?
2021.
So if they want to be hard asses, you need 5 years from 2021, which would be 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So if you want to wait until 2026, don't sue them. If you don't feel like waiting that long, then sue them.
So you think if I sue them, I will get my naturalization and I'm good to
I
go?
don't know. I don't know, Mo.
No, according to your experience, just
I would say 65% yes.
all right. All right. We'll go from there. I will hire you.
Okay. Thanks, Mo.
Thank you. I
Bye,
appreciate
buddy.
it. Bye-bye.
Yep. See ya. We tell it like it is around here. We don't sugarcoat it. We just try to tell people what's what and let them make a decision. That's all I can do. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? I think it's tough. But I think it's certainly worth it. I wouldn't want to wait till 2026. That's 3 years from now, right? What the heck? All right. Let's say hi to Anik. Hi, Anik.
Hey, James. Thank you for taking my call here.
Sure, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hope you are doing good too, your family as well.
I am. Thanks.
So I applied for adjustment of status on February 27th based on EB2 NIW approved I-140.
Nice.
And so my priority date was current when I applied, but then they had the retrogression, and so it's not current anymore. Luckily, I got my EAD was approved, the I-765 last week. And so I'm wondering. So as I mentioned, my I-140 was based on national interest waiver. I pointed out that my research is important to what I do here in the U.S. For the national interest. I was wondering, like, so I'm going to graduate with a PhD in a couple of months. Do I have to like get the exact same job as I like mentioned in my I-140? Does that make sense? As in, like, so for example, I work in one field. Maybe the job I'm gonna get is not gonna be like exactly the same. It can be a little bit of variation there. So I was wondering, like, if you have any idea about that.
I would say that, you know, we always want to take away reasons for them to give us trouble, right?
Right.
So my question would be, is it at least adjacent next door to what you got the NIW for? In other words, are you working at Walmart instead of doing work in the national importance, or are you doing something that's in the field that's related?
So, I'll be doing something engineering related, not related like exactly, but like it's not going to be Walmart or like driving Uber and stuff.
Well, I guess what was your argument that not making you go through the perm process was in the national interest? What was your basic argument?
My basic argument was my current research topic, computational material science, is very important for national interest because I have been working on heat transfer components for power plants. So those could be helpful for the U.S. to like advance technical issues in power plant engineering.
So are you gonna work? Are you gonna work in any way related form to the power plant industry?
The current job offers that I have, those are not related to power plant engineering. Those are related to mechanical engineering, but not directly related to power plant engineering.
I don't know. I mean, what I don't want you to do is put your green card at risk. You know, that's the most important thing. That's the whole shooting match. I think it might be, I think we might be we might be being a little bit overly cautious, but I think generally the closer you can stay to what you've said is your field of study, the better. Now, you don't have a green card. You know, you're sort of you're sort of stuck with the jobs that are available, but you know, hopefully you're not having that argument later on. I mean, hopefully you just get your green card eventually one day in the mail when the priority date becomes current. You don't even have an interview. But, you know, in theory, you could get called in for an interview, have to show an updated resume and, you know, show that. But I think the chances of them revisiting the approval of the I-140 are pretty small. Okay,
sounds good. I have one more question. So the notice that they sent me about like the approval of the I-765, so there's a section, it says, if you have a pending form I-485, and it basically says that I need to submit, like, let's say I want to change a job. I have to submit documentation for your new job offer. And I'm not like really sure like what this like paragraph or the section of the I-797C notice mean actually.
That surprises
me. Do you have
me.
any?
That might just be form language for the EB2 and not necessarily applicable to an NIW. I don't know though.
Okay. Okay. And sorry, you also mentioned that you also like mentioned not doing anything like doing a job at Walmart or something like that. What about, for example, like I graduate in July, I'm looking for jobs. So like maybe it takes them maybe a couple of months for me to actually get a job. Like, should I not like do anything because I want to be able to pay rent and
no, I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
Okay, so like you mean like for a long time, like flipping burgers for like 2 years or something like that, right?
That's right.
Okay, thank you for your time, Jim. I really appreciate it.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Let's head to Allie. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. I'm calling about my niece. She is married to a U.S. citizen. She got the I-130 approved, and she filed for the I-485 and all the other forms, but she sent it to the wrong address, to Nebraska. She lives in Colorado, and the application is not in any of the logbox. It's not there. So
So
no.
like no one knows where her form is.
Yeah, no.
Did they
She,
cash the check for the
mm-mm,
485?
no, they haven't.
So she has to refile.
Okay. And how about the medical exam? She needs to do one more. Yeah,
I mean,
everything else.
she just has to pretend she never filed before, because that thing's in some black hole. They'll probably never find it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so she needs to refile in Arizona, right? If she lives in Colorado.
Gotta look at the instructions, whatever the instructions say.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes the doctors are nice, and if you tell them, "Hey, I lost my medical, can you maybe redo it and not charge me the full amount?" Sometimes they'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna tell her that she needs to do that. And so, is there no way that they can cash the other checks then?
I mean, in theory, they could.
Oh.
She should probably stop payment on that check.
Okay. All right. And do the process again. New.
Start over. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Ellie.
That's all.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day. See ya. All right, let's say hi to Ann. Hello, Ann.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Jim. Is okay? Can I show my face?
You're fine. Yep, I just took you off camera anyway. How can I help you?
Oh, thank you. Jim, I got married in 2008, and that interview was not too good. So they separated us, and they called my ex-husband later for the second interview. They did not call me, and they make him withdraw.
They said what? What did you say?
Withdraw?
Oh, they talked him into withdrawing the case.
Yeah, like
That old trick. Yes.
They pressed him so much.
Yep.
And he say he over here. I say I married him for green card anyway. So then I got a letter say he dropped, and it was attempt to fraud. That was 2008. Now I'm trying to get married again. Do you think that would be a problem?
So I have a video on this. It's called Marriage Number 2 is Cool. Marriage Number 1 is No Good. And so, yes, they will use this to try to keep you from ever giving you a green card based on Marriage Number 2. So you need to get your complete immigration file. You need to figure out what it is they say was false. You need to try to track down your old ex-husband and see if he'll help. And you need to attack their fraud finding from the last time. Otherwise, you're never getting a green card.
Is this something you deal with?
Depending on do you have the old denial notice?
I do.
Yeah, if you send me the old denial notice, we'll take a look at it. We turn down some of these cases if we think there's no way you're ever going to get a green card, but I'll tell you one way or the other what we think.
Okay. So for you to get the case, you need to look first, right?
I need to look at the denial notice. I need to see if it's something I can overcome.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to send an email to you then.
Thanks, Ann.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okie doke. All right. Eon is here. Hello, Eon.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you? Good afternoon.
I'm good. I just have one question, right? On the 18th of last month, I had my interview, and the time the officer notified me that I was approved and everything was okay. She took my passport, and it's been like 27 days. I haven't returned passport, nothing yet. And I haven't got any mail stating that they request any document, no form, nothing. Just
Did they give you any piece of paper when you left?
Yeah, they give me two pieces of paper. One was to pay my immigrant visa fee, and one was approval paper. That's it.
The other one, what was the second one?
It's a green piece of paper. The approval paper was no the 221G form, nothing like that. Just was the approval paper on the paper to pay my immigrant visa fee.
What embassy?
Guyana.
I think you're just sit tight. I think you're okay.
Okay, because my status did not change. Like, when you said ready for your interview, haven't changed. haven't changed at all. It's still being ready. I
Yeah.
ain't got no email stating that they request any document or anything.
Yeah, they're probably just sitting. There's probably just sitting on somebody's desk. I would give them. I would wait 60 or 90 days before I got too worried.
Okay, all right. That was my main concern.
And I wouldn't pay the fee until you hear back from them.
Yeah, well, that's a mistake my wife did.
That's okay. That's okay.
She went and paid the fee and get the tracking number of the green card and stuff like that already.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. All right then. Thanks a lot.
Bye, buddy. All right, all right. Let's head to Adnan. Adnan, are you driving?
Yes, I'm gonna park over here right now. How you doing,
Okay.
Jim?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. I spoke to you like 2 weeks ago about my brother case. He applied for citizenship and he get his interview and he get denied. And the reason why he get denied, they told him like your mother, she was like the principal and she didn't get to United States when we came in 2015.
I remember.
So yeah, so right now, I'm just asking you, do you recommend like to file the form like 336 in 336 or not? Because I already just like send you email. My brother, he just like send you email with the notice and everything.
He sent it to me?
Yes.
When?
Just like almost like 30 minutes.
Oh, well, the team will have to track that down. I don't know what to say. What's his first name?
It's Abdel Ilah.
How do you spell it?
It's ABDELILAH. El Kasmi.
Okay. All right. I'll have Huli look it up and we'll go from there. I can't talk to you while you're driving, okay? But I'll look it up and I'll get back to your brother, okay?
Got it. Should I call you tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow. Just give me the weekend.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. Let's say hi to Alula. Hello, Alula.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Finally. So I have a problem, which is, so I applied for green card petition based on marriage. I came on a K1 visa, and we applied, and everything seemed like working fine until we had this request for evidence because of our sponsor. Yeah, they wanted to make sure our sponsors. They want the information, the tax return of the sponsor of this year. We applied in 2022, like in October or something. So the problem is the sponsor now is not making as he used to make before. So we tried to find other sponsors. We couldn't. So I'm stuck here. Even my husband told me like he can't do anything for me. Like there is no sponsors that he know or even I know because I don't know anyone in this country. So what are my options?
Your options are to find a co-sponsor or to go back home.
Okay. So if the time passed and I didn't find any and I get a denial, can I reapply again, or?
You can. Hopefully that won't happen. That's not great, but you can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. That's it.
Sorry, Lula. Good luck.
Okay, you're welcome.
You got it. All right, let's head to Courtney. Hello, Courtney.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Sorry, my dog's barking. I just had a question. So I'm on a TN visa from Canada and the States, and I married my husband, and I'm still learning this whole process. And I made an oopsie. I didn't realize I shouldn't be crossing back and forth because now my intent has changed now that I'm married. Is that going to complicate things? Like, what should I do? Should I like hire a lawyer now?
Well, so let's back up.
Yeah.
So, what's the date of your marriage?
So just this year, February 12th, 2023.
And before February 12th, 2023, when was the last time you entered the United States right before that? What was your most recent visit before marriage?
It was probably quite like I live right in Michigan, so crossing I was doing it frequently. Like I had an apartment still over there. So I would probably say within the last couple of weeks, probably up until the marriage.
So like some like mid-January or something?
I would say, yeah.
Okay, and have you filed for any benefits?
I have not. No, I have done like nothing yet, but my goal is to eventually start this whole process, but someone informed me like
so this is what Canadians always say. Canadians always say my goal is at some time to do everything to get everything squared away. Okay.
Right.
So have you been here since nonstop since February 12th?
I've gone back and forth, but I mean, I technically like I live here, so I just went and switched my social insurance.
Live here. I don't know where you are. Live here where?
In Michigan. Sorry, Michigan. Like I live
Michigan.
in the States with my husband. Right. Yeah.
And is your husband a U.S. citizen?
He is. Yes.
Okay. So if we apply for a green card, I'm going to need you to stay in the United States for anywhere from 2 to more likely 8 months without going back to Canada.
Right. Okay. So, and that's even before I submit any documentation.
No. I mean, you already screwed it up. No offense. By getting married.
Yeah.
3 weeks or 4 weeks after you arrive. Now we can say, I'm a wacky Canadian. I shared a lot of my time in Michigan. I didn't know about this rule until I talked to this lawyer on YouTube.
Yes.
So you can plead ignorance and that'll probably be forgiven, right? Probably.
Okay.
Probably. But so we're now 3 months after your marriage. So we could go ahead and apply for the I-130 and the 485. Now the thing is, you're going to apply for an advanced parole, which is the I-131, and you're going to apply for the 765, the work card. But the 131 is what we're talking about. So just for them to process that can take anywhere from 2 to 10 months. So in that time, you're stuck here in the United States, and and your work card might come faster, it might not, but you can't leave. So are you okay with that?
Oh no, I'm okay with that. I'm trying to get basically all my ducks in a row before I start this whole process. But someone just told me you should not have been crossing since your marriage, even though I'm on a TN visa. Like I should have just stayed here if my intent was eventually to apply for a green card.
I don't like in life in general, but also when it comes to immigration, I don't like so much should and shouldn't have, right? So don't feel bad about that, and I don't think it's even technically correct. I think that what the better, more accurate thing to say is you're lucky that you got admitted back into the United States, because any CBP official, if they knew everything that had happened, they might not have let you back in, and then you would have been separated and outside of Michigan for a year or two, right? So it's not so much what you should or shouldn't have done. Maybe you shouldn't have, but the bigger thing is you're lucky that you're here, and so we got to take advantage of that and use the fact that you're here and apply. And I do think I would not do this without a lawyer. I think you need our help, and I think that you want to make sure that, because there's going to be a big issue about that January entry in February, and then just in general, I think it would be helpful to have an attorney.
Okay, awesome. Well, I will look into that then. Thank you so much.
Bye, Courtney. See ya. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Let's say hi to Maz. What's up, Maz? Maz, are you there? You're on mute. You're on mute, Maz.
Because I can't hear you. So you
can you hear me now?
Call me back.
I can hear you. Nope. Maz can't hear us. We can hear him though. Let's say Hamed. Hello, Hamed.
Hey, Jim. Thank you for accepting this request. I have a quick question. So I have applied for my wife 2 years ago. Exactly on the 28th, it will be 2 years, and she's documentarily qualified for the past 7 months, and it's just taking way too long, I think. And I have a U.S. citizen daughter that was born a few months ago. What is the best thing for me at this point to do? The embassy is back in Islamabad. Should I transfer the case, or should I try to sue them, or what's the best thing to do?
I think it's very, very hard to get anyone to take you seriously or to accept her? I mean, what countries could she possibly go to if she doesn't do it in Islamabad?
I've been reading a lot on it, and people are saying maybe Doha Embassy or UAE, like somewhere there.
Right, but can she get a visa to go to those places?
Maybe visit visa. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. Like a local agency can help me apply for a local visa.
Yeah. So what I would say about that is, you can start that conversation with one of those embassies, but given the fact that they have their own caseload, getting them to pay attention to take some case from Islamabad, which they view as slow and lazy anyway, I don't think they're going to be very excited about taking your wife's case from there, unless there's some kind of extraordinary circumstance.
I mean, I have like one medical note and one letter from my employer. Maybe that would help.
You can certainly try. I would love for it to work. I just don't think it's going to work.
Okay, and what about the lawsuit?
Lawsuit. I think so. When did what's the approval date on the I-130?
I-130 was May 28, 2001.
No, I thought you filed it May 28, 2021.
I think it was accepted like within a week. I just don't remember the exact date.
What I need to know is how long the State Department has had the case versus USCIS. That's what I need to know.
Well, for the past 7 months.
Well, but more than that, because you said it's been documentarily qualified for 7 months. So the first part of the process is filing the I-130. That's pending with USCIS. That usually takes a year. So what I need to know is how long USCIS had the case and how long the State Department's had the case.
So USCIS had it for 13 months because I was looking through the dates. They had it for 13 months. Yeah.
And you filed it originally in May of 2021.
Yes. Yes.
So the State Department has had it basically since June of 2022.
Yes.
And this is Islamabad.
Yeah.
So I think you have to wait, even though it's been documentarily qualified for 7 months, I think you have to wait at least, just because Islamabad's so freaking slow, that in order to decrease the chances of them filing a motion to dismiss, I would wait at least until January of 2023.
Okay. And then after that, if nothing changes, I can try to sue. And what are the chances in January, if I try, that they would?
I mean, we only get motions to dismiss in less than 10%, somewhere between 5 and 10%. They file motions to dismiss. They are embassy cases for delayed spouses, but by that point, you're over a year documentarily qualified. So even very busy embassies like Islamabad, even though they sometimes file motions to dismiss, they also sometimes approve it. So it's just on a case-by-case basis.
Okay. But like out of 100, what are the chances? Because at that point in January, it would be...
I would say 9 out of 10 chance that they just start working on it. 10% chance of 1 out of 10 that they file a motion to dismiss.
Okay. All right. And then in January, I could just get back with your team and...
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ahmed. See you, buddy. All right. Well, hopefully he won't need us, but we'll be here if he does. Hey, if you haven't already, if you could, we got a 1-star review from someone who was very mean to our salesperson, our intake person, and then turned around and left us a bad review. So if you wouldn't mind hopping on reviewhackinglaw.com and leave us a 5-star review, we'd like to knock that down. So if you're one of the 214 people watching, if 10% of you left us a review, that would be 21 reviews, and it would be greatly appreciated. And it would let me keep doing shows like this. Let's say hi to Layla. Hello, Layla.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me on. Can I turn my camera off if you don't mind?
I got you hidden. Go for it.
Great. Thank you. So my situation is very similar to the last caller. So I filed an I-130 for my husband who's in Pakistan. Our priority date was July 2021. I'm a U.S. citizen, and it was approved by USCIS in December. And then it was documentarily qualified in March of 2022. And then from then, we've just been waiting for an interview. I've sent multiple inquiries to NBC. I've contacted multiple Congress people to help me, my senator. Unfortunately, I even tried to do 2 expedite requests on a medical basis. They were both denied.
Yep.
I'm thinking.
Don't they suck? Don't they suck? They suck.
It makes me really sad.
They took your money. They promise to process it in a reasonable amount of time, and they suck.
And they keep me away from my husband.
They
So
keep
I
you
try
away
to
from
do
your
something
husband. It's
like
terrible, and
fun.
they keep that guy away from his wife and his kid. It's terrible.
And
It's a joke.
so I've had a hard time trying to get an answer from them about when an interview can be expected. From online, it looks like it's about like 2 months or 2 years after DQ.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I were to get him like a work visa for the UK, would the London embassy accept the transfer?
Same thing for him. I mean, I think you would have a better basis of it if he happens to be in London to try to pull that off. Yes, I do. As opposed to just coming on a visit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is much easier to get a visit visa, but I think because a work visa gives you residency.
Yeah, and you're still a ways from you. I mean, I know you've been waiting a long time, but in their mind, you haven't been waiting a long time. So I think in that case, it'd be worth trying to push it.
Yeah, because it'll be almost 2 years since we've been married and, clearly over a year being DQ'd. And I don't really know what my other options are. I don't know if a mandamus lawsuit would be effective at this point.
Too early.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. And I know I've heard from other attorneys that the State Department is kind of discriminatory against Islamabad, similar to what you were saying earlier.
Absolutely.
So they would just file a motion to dismiss, and then we would be exactly where we are now.
And you'd be out $5,000. Yep.
So you think that my best option is to transfer out?
I think so. I think it's worth a shot.
Okay. Yeah, that is what I was leaning towards, but I did want to get your opinion before.
Yeah, and I would do it after he's in England. I wouldn't do it before. I wouldn't start the conversation until there's actually a legit reason to explain why London should even think about taking it.
Right, exactly. He was going to, have his presence in England before we even start the conversation.
That's what I would do.
And I would just send NBC, his work permit and like his entry stamp.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Well, that answered my question. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Layla.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Remember, leave us a review. Reviewhackinglaw.com. We'd really appreciate it. If you're not on our text line, it's 314-470-3300. Text the word show, and you'll get the link to the waiting room. I'll be here at 3 o'clock tomorrow, 3 p.m. Look at Huli with the board. Holy cow, she's efficient. 3 p.m. tomorrow, Friday. We'll be back, Huli and I, for all of your immigration fun. That'll be episode 375. We'll be 25 episodes away from number 400.